Welcome ladies and gentlemen to my channel again. So in this video tutorial we are going to talk about how to configure an IP address or change the IP address of my computer on a network. Any computer, your computer, my computer, everyone's computer, we can change it as long as it is on a network. So we are going to talk about how about change or configure the IP address. This is we have easy steps and guide with practice. So just stay there and watch. So in this tutorial we are going to talk about few steps. We are going to have steps. So we are going to take you through all the steps. We are going to explain it, and then I'm going to show you how to do it practical. So let's start now. But before, let's see what are things that are needed in order to accomplish our goal. So firstly, you need to have a Wi-Fi router. You need to have your Wi-Fi router, or make sure that your computer is connected to a network anyway. In any way, your computer is connected to a network, even using a cable or a Wi-Fi. So let's get started, because these are only things that we need to have. So these are the things that we need to have. So let's check it out. So the first step, we have to connect the Wi-Fi router, or plug in the network cable to our computer, so that we can be on the network. We can be on the network where we want to change our IP address. But whenever you connect to a Wi-Fi router or plug in a cable to on a data socket, most of the network servers, they use the DHCP. That's the domain host control. Yeah. So the DHCP will automatically give an IP address to our computer, or assign an IP address to our computer. So it may happen sometimes that when the DHCP assigns the IP address, maybe the IP address is already taken by another computer which is configured manually, or there's some errors which may be happening. So we can manually configure it to another IP address, or we want to make our IP address private on the network. So firstly, we need to connect the Wi-Fi router to our network cable, or network cable to our computer. So this is to make sure that your computer is successfully connected to the network. After we are connected successfully to the network, we must check the IP address currently assigned to the computer by DHCP server. So let's see how we can check the IP address which is been assigned to our network. So this is how we can do it. We can check by going to the network icon, like clicking on the network icon that we are currently connected to, and click on status. After that, the window will pop up, and on the window click on the detail, and it will show you all the current configurations made to the computer. Then after we have done all that, then we are through with step 1. So let's see how we can connect to the router, and how to check the IP address. This is practical now. So now we have to connect our computer to the network that we want to change the IP address. So like here, I have to come here, and then I have my network here. My network here, I have hotspotted it, just set the hotspot network from my cell phone. So you can even use your cell phone as a Wi-Fi router. So you have to connect first to the network. Then connect to the network. Make sure it's connected successfully. So here I'm connected to the network now. So but it's saying that I have no internet access. That's okay, that's okay. We just want to show how to connect to the, how to change the IP address. We are not interested in the internet, when internet things and whatsoever. So now you have to come here. Let's say then it's saying then go to right click. You need to right click on this, on this icon, then go to status. Then after you do that, it will show you a window like this one. So on this window you have to check on details. Go to details, and on these details you can see we have these things. It's telling us that this Intel, changing the description, the physical address. Here's the physical there. Here's the DHCP. If it's enabled, yes, it's enabled. We can get automatic IP address from our network. So it's saying IP version 4 address. Here's our IP version 4 address. Here's the address that has been assigned to our computer automatically. And the logo, the default IP default gateway is this one, and the IP DH server in this one, the same. The both of them are the same. So here we have come to know our IP address. This is our IP address. So now we can close it and then close it again. So now we have seen how to check the IP address when we are connected to the network. Then let's go to the second step. The second step is now we can start configuring the IP address for our computer. To configure the IP address, we follow the same step forward when we are checking the IP address, checking the IP configuration. The configuration that we're showing, this is our IP address. It was 192 to whatsoever here there. So first go to the network icon again on the system tray, right click, click on status, and wait for the window to pop up. So now we go to the separate ways, as we are not checking the IP configuration anymore. We are now checking the properties, seeing the properties of the we want to change the properties of the iPad of the network, of our computer on the network. So you will see a list of items. Just select internet protocol version 4. This is IP version 4. IP version 4. Make sure you selected it is written as the way how it has been written here. So then go to properties, and the window which will pop up will enable us to change the IP configuration. So let's see the practicality of it. So let's do everything as before. First we go to the network tray, and then we right click, go to status, then go to properties. Then we can now simply double click on IP version 4. So on IP version 4 you need to set it is set to obtain an IP address automatically. So you need to we will be giving it an IP address, our own IP address. So you have to press here, you have to tap here, you have to select on use the following IP address. So on using the following IP address, so here's the thing how we can configure our IP address. So from here we will see how, in the third steps we'll see how we are going to configure this IP address. So the first step is saying that now let's finalize everything. Change the IP from the window. Now select on the use following IP address first. So on the IP address, you need to enter the IP address, the address that you want to change to. The address that you want to change, that means your new IP address, your custom IP address. So on the subnet mask, enter the subnet mask if you have a subnet mask. If you don't have, just leave it. Leave with the subnet mask. The computer will automatically give you a subnet mask according to the network you have given, your IP address you are given on the network. So on the default gateway, just leave it. Whenever you leave it, the computer will know automatically what to do, unless if you know what to do. If you are a network genius, then that means you can you know all these things, then you can configure this. But most of these things are configured on the server, not on the client computer. So on the default gateway, leave it. So then after that, we have done that, then we are now have our own IP address. We are free to go and check if the IP address is really changed. We can go back and check the IP address, check the details of IP address. So let's see the practical. So here we have said use the following IP address. So I'm gonna give it my own IP address. Here I'm gonna give it my own IP address. So remember that the IP address has to have it is IP address, it is divided into 4 parts. It is divided into 4 parts. So the first part, you have the first part, the second part, the third part, and the fourth part. So on the first part, you can only have 3 digits, from 1 to 255. That means you can't put on this part only, you can't put 256 like 257. It only ends at 255. That's where the IP address ends. So here I'm gonna give it, right, my IP address, I'm gonna give it 10. Then the next part I'm gonna give it 10. The next part I'm going to give it 10. So on this network, I want to be the first computer, so I can give it 1, because the network, I can give it 1 because, or I can just simply give it 2, because most of the times the IP address that ends with 0 is like the network ID of the network. So I'll simply give it 1. So on the subnet mask, just give it, just click on the subnet mask, then it will automatically give you the subnet mask. On the default gateway, just leave it empty. So now you have configured the IP address, then you can now finalize everything. Just press OK, and then you can press OK again. So here we have configured the IP address of our computer, and then let's check again. Let's check the details of the network again. Check the details of the network again if it's configured successfully. So we can now see that there's a change on the IPv4 address. We had 192. Now we have our new IP address 10, 10, 10, and 1, and the subnet mask, it has been given here. And look careful on the IP default gateway, it is now empty. It is now empty. The DNS server is now empty. That means your computer is now running just like a client computer, just like any client computer. So now we have finalized, we have achieved our goal, so we can close everything. So far we have seen how to configure an IP address of a Windows computer step by step. Next, On the next tutorial, I'm gonna talk about 4 Windows command prompt hacking command prompts you must know in 2019, how to hack a Windows computer with command prompt. So I'm going to give you 4 simple Windows command we are going to explain 4 Windows command prompt hacking command prompts that you need to know in 2019. So although I'm gonna drop another video on hacking a network using Windows command prompt, how to hack a network using command prompt. So you can comment right in the commenter box which video do you need first. If you comment the first, that means if I see that most people like the first tutorial, then I'm gonna drop it. If it's the second, then I'm gonna drop the second. But one thing you need to remember is like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you didn't get the content, please let me know by commenting below or follow on social media. So you can simply comment on where you didn't get it exactly, or if there's something to add, you can simply comment in the commentary box. I'll consider you. So you are free to share to your friends, and if you can share anywhere on the social media or whatsoever, then make sure that your friend watches this video again, the video also, so that everyone should come to know these these tutorials. You should come to know how this network again. I'm going to drop more and more tutorials on based on networks and the Windows hacking. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.